Hey, hey, hey. Hey, everybody. Thanks for coming in and joining the live tonight. If you're here for the replay, thanks for coming in and watching the replay. Please leave a comment and I will definitely um, get back to you at some point, with a heart and with a response. Um, so, how's everybody's Monday going? Hey, Mike. How are you? How's everybody's Monday going? I'm gonna tell you how mine is going. It's going all right. It's going all right. I hope everybody is warm because winter came back for a day, or two or three, and I hope everybody is safe. Tired from shoveling, I bet you are. Hope everybody's safe as well. Hey, Life with Wanda, how are you? Yeah, we had some severe weather last night. It wasn't too bad, um, right here in my neighborhood where I am. But there was a lot, the wind was high. There was a bunch of down trees around and about. When I went out today, I noticed there were quite a few trees that were down. Um, Big trees, old trees. So yeah, the wind was kicking it. In fact, it knocked over my trash can, and I was checking this morning to see if my what are those things called? Yeah, those things. My planters, my stackable planters had held up, but they were fine. They were fine. One of them is by a wall, so it doesn't get too much of the wind. The other one is kind of out in the open, but it was okay as well. Green stalk, that's what they're called. It's funny how words just leave your um, head so easily. But yeah, it was a pretty good day. Got a lot done. Um, hey, Sunday, how you doing? It's good to see you, my friend. It's good to see you. I hope you're warm, man. That front came through last night and it put a chill on. I was mad about it today because I had to go out and I was like, ugh, I don't want to go outside. And this is the funny thing. My car is in the garage. So it's not even like that much, I don't get that cold going from the house to the garage and getting in the car. But still, I did have to take the garbage out to the street and that was cold and the wind was blowing. I walked out to take the garbage out and I was like, oh no, I can't walk down there like this. I came back in the house and got a second jacket and a hat to put on, but to take his out garbage out to the street. I was like, I can't walk out in this cold weather, not like this. So yeah. Um, but yeah, I don't even know what the temperature is outside. I had to turn my heater on, had my air conditioner on yesterday, had to turn the heat on today. Hey Cassandra, South Fulton, how you doing? It's good to see you. Thanks for coming in, y'all. Thanks for joining me. Oh, Mike, I was doing a happy dance today. I'm gonna have to do an update video, but two of my tomatoes came up. And they're cute little bitty babies that they came up. I'm so excited for it. Sometimes the tomatoes take a little bit longer, but they came up. So I'm excited for that. I got a few other things that are up, but the dwarf Uluru I don't know how to say that word, came up, and the geranium kiss, one of the geranium kiss came up. So do a happy dance, do a happy dance. Let's see. The weather for Montgomery, Alabama. Conditions are clear with a temperature of 37 degrees Fahrenheit. The wind is blowing from the west northwest at 5 miles per hour, and the current humidity is 56%. Whew, 37 degrees. We'll see what that does. Let's see. The peaches have bloomed. They're almost finished. My plums have bloomed. They're almost finished. I did not see blooms on my pear, and you know what? This might be its last year because if it is not going to give me any food, why am I going to keep it? It's just taking up space out there. I don't know what the apples are doing. I haven't walked out over to them to see what the apples are doing. So I'm thinking, I'm hoping that it doesn't get cold enough to damage the peach crop. But to be honest, I haven't sprayed those peaches this year, so the worm's probably going to get most of them anyway. Okay, Mike, no problem, no worries. But yeah, they were talking about whether or not the cold weather was going to affect the cherry trees in DC, and they were saying, the Park Service was saying that probably not because the buds are not open yet. They're still at a closed stage, and so they'll probably be fine. But my plums, peaches and plums were in full bloom last week, so now we got babies out there. So whether I don't know if those babies were going to be affected by this or not. It just depends on how low the temperature gets. 37 is probably fine. I should, if I was smart, I would put the sprinkler on it. That's what they do in some areas around here because what it'll do is it'll cover the buds in water, and if it gets down to freezing, it'll put ice on it, but then it won't get any colder than that. The ice will keep it at 32 and it won't go colder than that. But I ain't doing that either. Oh, Cleveland. Weather for Cleveland. Conditions are clear with a temperature of 35 degrees Fahrenheit. The wind is blowing from the northwest at 12 miles per hour, and the current humidity is 47%. Um, Cleveland. Who else lives in Cleveland? Doesn't Miss Shirley LG live in Cleveland? Well, it depends on what Cleveland. There's lots of Clevelands. She's in Cleveland, Ohio, I think. Cleveland, Mississippi. Okay. I was drove to Mississippi the other day. Actually, I drove to Texas. My son and I drove to Texas last week. Last Monday. We just went out for a short trip. Well, anyways, we only stayed a couple of days. I drove the Mississippi and Louisiana part of the trip. He drove the rest of it. But it's not a bad drive. I have to admit, it's not a bad drive. We drove over on I-20, and it's not a bad drive at all. And we had a good time too. He's moving out there, and so we were driving over to just take a look around and see, what's going on. Hey, GT Junior, how's it going? It's good to see you. Did you hear me talk about my happy dance I did when I was looking at some of my seedlings came up in my hydroponic? I was so excited for, and y'all, got work to do. I have so much to do, and my energy is so low. I'm really struggling to have enough energy to get things done right now, and so, and I guess I should talk about that a little bit because people don't talk about that too much, but I'm just everything takes a little bit more energy out of me. Um, takes a little bit more, and I'm also dealing with some um some pain issues right now. And so it's like whenever I think about what I have to do, my son was like, "Well, just write down three things that you want to do and three things that you need to do." And I was like, "I need to get up out of this bed and take a shower." I got that done. I need to fix myself something to eat and eat. I got that done. And I need to get these plants in the dirt because I bought some plants and they've been in the house for a week now. They're watered. I'm keeping them moist and everything, but I need to get them in some soil. I need to pot them up. Um, because they're growing. And yeah, I need to do that. And when I think about doing it, it's like, oh, I just don't have the energy to do it. I just don't have the energy, but I'm gonna have to do it because I'm gonna have to make myself do it. I'm gonna have to force myself to do it because I don't want to lose them. I don't want to lose them. I bought two more blueberries and two more blackberries. Um, some thornless blackberries. Um, and last year, during the summer, my blueberries and blackberries got dry and I wasn't able to keep up on watering them. And so I lost some of them. But so I decided I would go ahead and get a couple more because I want to have a few plants so that they can, cross pollinate and everything. And so I went ahead and got a couple more. And I want some thornless blackberries. I love blackberries, and I do have some native blackberries with the thorns, but I want some thornless blackberries. I'm tired of getting a rash every time I go pick blackberries. I'm tired of breaking out. So yeah, but gotta get that done. And I might do it. I might pot up one tonight. Um, I'll get it done. I'll just get it done. But yeah, but it's a struggle sometimes when you just don't have the energy to do what you want to do. And I mean, where just normal everyday life takes so much out of you that is like it's just too much. And then we did had that long drive on it, and so when I got back, I was just exhausted, and it was like I guess gotta sleep for a couple of days. Um, but yeah, so yeah, GT Junior, I was real excited because I went in and to take a look at my hydroponics. All those seeds I dropped last week, whenever it was, and they're up. Some of them are up. The tomatoes, two of the tomatoes, um, the dwarf Uluru tomato is up. That's the one that I got from Roe, and I think she's going to be planting hers outside later. And I might put one of those in my green stalk as well. And then the geranium kiss is up, and so I'm like, yes, my tomatoes are up. Also, my two of my cucumbers are up. I planted two cucumbers, and they're both, well, I don't know what I planted. Yeah. I was trying to think, what did I plant? Yeah, I planted two. I planted a space saver, space maker cucumber, and I planted the muncher cucumber. The muncher came up first. The space maker um came up second, but they're both up too. And I'm like, yes. In fact, the muncher looks like it's been getting ready to put on a true leaf. It's been up for a minute, so I'm excited. I'm totally excited about that as well. And I'll do an update video here of what's doing what, because I've got to do a little bit of work in there on that as well. Um, and I need to get some fertilizer in there too. Um, is it? Yeah, because I only put water in there. I didn't put solution. I didn't put hydroponic solution in there. I just put water in there. So I need to fertilize my babies so they'll have something to grow on. But yeah, excited for that. That's one thing I can say about growing indoors, about hydroponic growing, is that it it makes you excited for the season. It makes you excited because things come up really quickly, and just having something new growing and popping up, it makes you excited to grow. For me, it makes me excited to grow, and so it's like just that little bit has got me looking through my seeds, going, "What can I drop outside? What can I drop outside?" And I wish I had dropped the celery outside too, because it would have been fine. But my celery's up too. Yeah, I planted some celery. It's up too. So I'm excited. I'm just excited, y'all. It don't take much to get me excited. And I'm over here eating gummy bears. I have a big old giant bag of gummy bears, but it's empty. I think there's like three in there. I'm eating gummy bears. I'm doing it because I'm protesting. I'm protesting because I had a doctor's appointment last week on Thursday, and it was like a 9 o'clock appointment. And at 8 o'clock, I got a phone number from an unknown number, a phone call from an unknown number, and I answered it, which I normally don't do, but I answered it anyway. It was my doctor's office calling to say that the power was out, so somebody was calling from their cell phone. They'll say that the power was out, and therefore my appointment had been canceled, and that I would have to call and reschedule. And I was like, "Oh, okay." But I couldn't reschedule until the power came back on when they had access to the computer. That was Thursday. And today, when I called to reschedule, I got a recording, that part. But I finally did get in touch with them, and they said, "Well, can you come in the morning?" I'm like, I sure can, but I'm eating gummy bears tonight. That's my protest. So my blood work may be really off because it's a fasting blood um, test is what they're going to do tomorrow. So my blood work may be off because I'm eating gummy bears today because I saved them for today. I saved them for today. It's like I was going to eat them this last week, but I was like, nope, I have an appointment, so I'm not going to eat them. But I'm eating them today. I'm going to finish these gummy bears today, and I'm going to buy myself another big bag tomorrow because I'm traveling. And I have to have gummy bears when I travel. It's my safe food. It's my happy place. It's my safe food. It makes me feel safe. I'm happy. I'm excited too. Looking forward to this season. I am. I last year I got a couple of green stalks, and I planted a lot of herbs. So I have herbs out there right now growing. I was just looking earlier today. I was looking out the window. I was like, my parsley is looking good over there, and it has rained a lot, so I haven't really had to do much watering or anything really to it. But my parsley, I've got parsley, and I've got scallions. I know those aren't really herbs, but anyway, scallions and I always forget yarrow, plantain, lavender. I don't know what else, but perennial herbs that are doing really good, that have made it they made it through the heat of the summer. They didn't die for lack of water, and I kept them watered. And they made it through the winter, and I'm so excited. And I have quite a few small plantains, and so there's a couple places that I want to put them in the yard, um, because they're wild. They grow. They know naturally grow here, but I just don't have any in my yard, and so I want to put some in several places in my yard so that they'll spread, so that I'll have quite a few, so I can make some salves and things like that. So I'm really excited for that. Um, and then I also want to plant some more herbs in there. I really want one of those green stalks to be nothing but perennial herbs. Um, and And I don't care if it's like, I don't care if the lavender takes over a whole layer, you know, a whole layer and it's just lavender. That would be really cool. I just brought 4 green stalks and transplanted my strawberries in one of them. I had to dig up the strawberries for a new patio. Oh, okay. I wish I had strawberries. I can't grow strawberries. I my strawberries just they don't do well. I have never had strawberries to do well. And so maybe I should put some in the green stalk. But you know what? I don't care. I really don't care because there's a strawberry field like 3 miles that way. Literally, like 3 miles that way, there's a strawberry field, and I go and pick them. I pick them every 2 weeks in season, and sometimes I'll even pick once a week. Just depends on how many strawberries I eat. But what it, yeah, I get lots of strawberries. So I'm not mad about not being able to grow strawberries. And I know the ones in the field are not organic. It's not organic. I know that they're treated with pesticides and everything and fungicides and everything like that. But I just haven't had luck with strawberries. And I've planted the bare root ones, and I've planted I've got the starts. I don't even know what you call them. I've tried a bunch of different things, and they're expensive. Strawberry plants are expensive, and I was like, and the funny thing about strawberries, my brothers grew strawberries and sold strawberry plants, um, like to most of the people in our community that got their strawberry plants from my brothers. They had like a whole business growing and selling strawberry plants, and we had a huge strawberry patch. Um, when I was growing up. So I mean, I don't know why I can't grow them, but yeah, it's just yeah that part. You dropping more seeds tonight, GT Junior? Yeah. I thought about it. I have two more hydroponic units in there that I could start, but honestly, I don't know if I can keep up with them. So yeah, but I kinda. Oh, I started my strawberries in a kiddie pool. They escaped the pool and took over the part of the yard. Yeah. If you get the right ones that send out runners, you should be able to really, they should spread. They really should spread. So, yeah. I used to hate them to separating because we had a patch and we kept them in rows. And so, hey, sweet time, we had to, one of my jobs was to go in and cut the runners so that the rows would be clean in between, and then to take the runners and plant them in the other, in the other space, so they spread, like they were supposed to. And there's a rhyme and a reason to it. I just did what I was told because I was just a little kid, and it was my brother's thing. But yeah, it's good to see you, sweet time. You are in a different. I forget. No, I was thinking you were in a different time zone, but then I forgot where you live. So, actually, I think I was probably thinking of someone else. Weather for Anchorage. Conditions are fair with a temperature of 16 degrees Fahrenheit. The wind is blowing from the north northwest at 13 miles per hour, and the current humidity is 42%. 16 degrees? That's warm for y'all, GT. Y'all having a warm front up there? I'm just messing. Oh my word. 16 is cold. I don't understand it. I cannot deal with this weather. From seed or bare root, Cassandra? GT is asking. I used to cut the runners, but got tired and let them just grow. Yeah, it's hard to keep them in rows. Like I said, I called it a patch because they was everywhere, but we tried to keep them in rows and cut the runners and then pull them back into the row. So we'll fill out. Hey Lisa, how are you? Yes, it's warm. I mean, it's not below zero. That's what I'm saying. 16. It's almost balmy. Not to me. To me, yeah. Said that wind is crazy. It's blowing snow sideways. Yeah. The universe conspires in your favor. Step out on faith. I have a new bed ready for strawberries. Just need to get some. Okay. From Starts and Bare Root. GT, I have never tried the seeds. I've actually grown strawberries from strawberries. Like I had strawberries that I got locally and I cut the seeds off because the seeds are on the outside and put them in soil and they germinated and I had little bitty teeny tiny plants and have grown strawberries from that and then they died because I don't do well with strawberries. It's good to see you, Lisa. Oh, check out my supporter growing what I eat. Yeah. Oh yeah, members. If I have any members in here, I'm gonna do a members only video coming up soon. I'm not within the next 2 weeks. I'm gonna say real soon, but within the next 2 weeks, there's gonna be a members only video because it's March and you gotta get one. I'm trying to do one at least once a month, or maybe if not a full video, then at least a couple of shorts. But I've got some stuff I want to talk to the members about, just some encouragement, that kind of thing. Um, and I got some information I want to share with my members. So if you're a member, be on the lookout for that. It's like Alpine strawberry seeds really did well in the hydroponics. I let those plants die. Okay, I don't have any Alpine strawberry seeds, but I would be willing to do a full hydroponic unit with just strawberries. Huh. Do you have to pollinate them? So that's a question not sure about. I planted ground cherries in my hydroponic unit this time. I don't know how they're going to go. We'll see. But they're in the tomato family, so they should do fine. Oh my gosh. I need to look at that. I don't have Alpine strawberry seeds, but strawberries are the perfect flower. They have both male and female and one flower. Okay. So you don't have to worry about it. Okay, cool. I'll have to see. Anybody got any Alpine strawberry seeds they want to share with me? Thank you. And if you don't have any, don't worry about it. Um, I'm always buying seeds because yeah, that part. Because I ain't got no better sense than to keep buying seeds. Let me see, y'all. I need to turn off the camera for a second. I'll be right back. I'm not really going anywhere. I just need to turn the camera off for a minute. I'm still here. YouTube is funny. There's certain things that they don't want you to show online, and don't really. I'm not sure what all those things are. So Better to be safe than to be sorry. This is my last gummy bear, y'all. These are regular. I'm telling you, these are just regular candy. Ain't nothing special about it. That's my last one. It's a red one. And it's almost midnight, so I can't eat anything after midnight. Perfect flour. Have both male and female in one flour. Okay, cool. I have some cucumbers that are, I forget what the word is, but they don't have to be pollinated. The beta alpha, they did good last year. Um, and then there's a word for it. I forget what they're called. And then the space maker ones, I think. I can't remember. One of those that's in there don't have to be pollinated, but the other one does. So I'm not worried about it in the hydroponic because I have a ton of brushes and stuff. Space Master, yeah, that one. I can't remember which one. I can't remember what their names are, but I think that one's one that doesn't need to be pollinated either. Um, Nightbot says, breathe. Breathing is the first step to living. So yeah, if you're not breathing, I'll stop, take a minute. Get back to breathing. Stop holding your breath. And let some of the tension go. The carpet can't spell it. The carpet can't. Oh yeah, that part. You're. That's funny, GT. I will always remember that now because I can't pronounce stuff. But and I don't remember what things are called, but yeah, part the carpet is good enough. Um, um, is a good enough way to say it. That's it. Yes, this is a Catch a Can shirt. I was in Catch a Can last summer. And my friend, oh, I'm mad about it too. I'm gonna say it online too because my friend is from Ketchikan. She lives here in Alabama now, but she's from originally from Ketchikan, and she's going back this summer, and she's taking her girls. They're doing a family trip, and I'm so jealous because I want to go. I want to go. I'm gonna call her and tell her I want to go. I tried to get them to go with us last year when we went, but they just couldn't swing it. And I'm probably can't go this summer either because I've got so much going on, y'all. I've got so much going on. I told you my youngest son graduated in December. He got a job. He's moving. So he's doing all the moving things, and so there's that. And it doesn't involve me a whole bunch, but involves me a little bit. You always have to, kind of be in the wings. My oldest son is graduating in May. He doesn't have a job yet, but I'm sure he'll be getting a job too. And so there's that. And so I'm my my fledglings are fledging. and and mama is stressed out. um and mama is stressed out. And then there's just a lot of other things that are going on too. We've just had a bunch. Literally from December until, yeah, now. There's a lot going on. And like I said, I just drove. We just drove to Texas last week, and I'm getting on a plane Wednesday. um and yeah, I'll be gone for a week. Um, Luckily, my husband is here, so um, things can still get taken care of. But it's that time of year again. As even though it's 37 degrees right now, I had to call my lawn guy because I'm probably getting ready to get in trouble with my HOA because my grass is getting well, the grass in the back is way too high. Luckily, this coal is gonna knock it back a little bit, so that'll help. But yeah, getting things back on the schedule of getting the routines back in order and all that kind of stuff. It's been a lot of stuff going on. This little bit. My little niece was in Atlanta this weekend in a competition, and I couldn't go. I was mad because I couldn't go. I could not go, and I was mad about it because she's on a dance team, and I shouldn't say little because she's not little, but she's young. She's 8, and she's a really good dancer. She's a really good dancer. She learns her parts, and then she learns all the other parts. Because she just loves to dance. And so I hate that I missed her competition, especially since she's from North Carolina, and getting to Georgia is a whole lot closer than going to North Carolina. But I'm gonna catch one of her competitions this year, for sure. I'm just gonna have to make it happen. But there's just a lot going on, and um, yeah, I don't know where I was going with that, but yeah, there's a lot going on. And yeah, that part. And I'm excited. That's the other thing too. I'm excited for it. I'm excited for it. And it's all good. There's some things that are going on that are not the greatest, but yeah. So I had to look it up. Yeah, I had to look up the spelling too, sweet time. I knew what I was trying to say, but yeah. See, that's a catch a can. Sure. But yeah, that was what I was trying to say. I don't think that I'm gonna be able to make the Catch a Can trip, but I sure would love to go um with um with my friend and her girls. Um but yeah, it is what it is. I don't know that I know she went a couple of years ago with her youngest daughter, but I don't know that any of the other girls have gone. She has 4 girls. I don't know if any of the other 3. I think the oldest may have gone. Have been there, but I'm not sure if they've been. But yeah, it's kind of nice to take your kids back home. Um, it's been a while since I've taken my kids back home um, too, and they probably don't remember. We've done all the North Carolina things. Um, we've been to the Outer Banks and Kitty Hawk area, and um, a lot of the things. We've done the mountains. We've done the coastal plains. We've done the beaches and stuff. So they've been there. um, yeah, yeah. It is what it is. I forgot to add my minerals to my water today, and I need to because my um. Well, maybe not. I was trying to think. Maybe not. I'll probably be okay today. But yeah, I filter my water, and it's reverse osmosis filtering. And most of the water, like if you buy bottled water, most of it is filtered water, and they add minerals back into it for taste. But the other reason to add minerals back into it is because most of us are low on magnesium, and magnesium is one of the minerals that I add back into my water. Um, and when you're low on magnesium, you can have cramping, leg. I get leg cramps in my right side pretty bad if my magnesium gets too low. So I pretty much add those minerals back in. But yeah, I like my water filter. I'm not I'm not I don't love it. I don't know what would make me love it, but I don't love it. But I do like it, and it has saved me a ton of money because I'm not buying bottled water anymore, and I was buying a lot of bottled water. Um, I'm not good on drinking water. I don't do a good job of drinking water when the water doesn't taste good. Which, yeah, doesn't, I mean, it makes sense. If you don't like the way it tastes, you're not going to drink it. And I don't like to add different, um, add stuff to my water, that has artificial flavors and stuff to it. I don't like to add stuff to it to flavor it. And so I was buying bottled water because it tasted better. And so it was like, wait a minute, if I just buy one of these countertop water filtering systems, then it'll taste better. And I can stop buying this water. And water is expensive. When you buy bottled water, it's expensive. And so I bought the system. I've only had to replace the filters once in it, and I have bought the tester with it, so you can test the dissolved solids and the pH and everything. And it's my water when after it's filtered is slightly alkaline, and it has the dissolved solids are less than 10, um, whatever those ppms, parts per million, and the regular water, I forgot what the number was. Just out of the tap, I forgot what the number was, but it was hundreds of the dissolved solids. And so, yeah. And so I feel better about drinking the water, and it tastes better. Um, and so I don't have a problem drinking enough water um, with that. So it's kind of cool that it works out for me. I was going to crochet tonight. Let me show y'all what I made. There it is. I saw a pattern for a headband. Uh-oh. For a headband, and what they did was they took a a rubber band. I was trying to see if I had some. I think I got some right here. Hang on. Okay, that's better. Rubber band. So they took a rubber band at the back of the headband. And so then the headband becomes stretchy. You can stretch it. And so it has a better fit. And so I made this headband. It's just some leftover yarn that I had. And so you could wear it for a headband, or you could pull it down and wear it for ear warmer. But it's stretchy, and it has the elastic in the back. And so, yeah. And I want to make a few more of those. I like them. And this is just a V-stitch pattern, so it's nothing special. It's just a V-stitch pattern, and I made it that way. I made it that way. I didn't make it that way. So I made it the short way, back and forth, not the long way. But you could do it either way. And then just attach it to elastic. And it's stretchy as the elastic is. And so it has a nice fit, and then it stretches, and then even if it gets stretched out, you still have the elastic to pull it back in. So that's nice, and I like that. And so I bought a bunch of elastics so I can make one. I want to try different patterns. I'm gonna make some that are more solid, and then some that are more patterns. But yeah, but I wanted to um, show y'all what I made. Um, and then I've got this blanket that I've been working on for a while that I need to put it together. The pieces are all done. I just need to put them together now. So I'm excited for that as well. Why is my phone? My phone is blowing up, and I'm like, do you know what time it is? It's midnight. Why are you blowing up? Um, I'm gonna have to take this off of my phone. The y'all have Nextdoor? I think it's Nextdoor. Then it's the app for neighborhoods. I have the Nextdoor app on my phone, but I'm gonna have to take it off because I keep getting my notifications that about gun, yeah, about what people are hearing in their neighborhood, and I don't want to stress out about it. Um, and it may not be what they think it is. That's the other thing. Sometimes it sounds like that's what it is, but sometimes that's not what it is. It can be other things that's going on. But yeah. But it's like I don't watch the news for that reason because I just don't want to hear about it. I don't want to hear it. But yeah, thank you, Cassandra. I like it too. I like that it stretches. I saw one and I was like, oh, that's a good idea. I don't know why I hadn't thought of doing that before. Because I've made hats that have the elastic band in the top, so you can pull a ponytail through, like a ponytail hat. So it has in the top, and so I've made hats like that before. A couple of friends of mine have long hair, and they like to wear a hat, and it's like, yeah, cool idea. But I never thought to make just a headband like that. I don't wear headbands a lot, but I will wear ear warmers on cold days for sure. Um, I wear more hats than I do headbands. I'm one of those people who I might not do my hair. Like I might not do my hair. um, I had it braided earlier today, but I took it out. But I will definitely put a hat on for sure. In fact, I wear a hat almost most of the time when I leave the house. I wear a hat. I like to keep my head covered. I usually wear a hat or a scarf just to protect my energy. Um, because that's just how I roll. But yeah, speaking of which, I need to do yeah, yeah. I was just thinking I need to. I don't travel with a pillow, but I do travel with my own pillowcase. I know it's kind of crazy, but yeah. Um, although traveling with your own pillow is a good idea as well. And sometimes I do, but most of the time I just take a pillowcase. Um, or two. Sometimes I'll double up on the pillowcases. Um, like I said, just to protect my energy. But yeah, I was planning on crocheting while I was online tonight, but I didn't get myself together um, to get it done. So yeah, maybe not. I mean, I have everything here. My yarn is here. My hook is here, and all of that. But yeah, it is what it is. Oh, it's after midnight, so I can't have anything else to eat. I can only have water to drink. And I think it's funny because I don't usually eat after midnight anyway. But when they tell me that I can, I get mad about it. Hey, Ivy, how you doing? What you doing up so late? On this cold night, I hope you warm. 'Cause it's cold. It's good to see you. It has been a while. I was just showing them this headband I made, that has the elastic in the back. There you go. It's just a little V-stitch. I have to finish it off, but yeah. But yeah. It's good to see you. Yeah, I haven't seen you in a while. Actually, I really haven't been online very much lately, and I'd actually stepped away for a while because there was just so much going on and I couldn't keep up with it. But I'm trying to do better, at least coming on live a couple times a month. Yeah, it is cold. I was out earlier, didn't get home until after 9, and it was like, oh my goodness, why am I out in this? But it was cold earlier. It was cold, during the day. I'm like, why am I out in this, in the dark, in the cold? Yeah, but I don't want to complain too much because a lot of people are really getting hit. I mean, we had some rough weather last night, but um, a lot of people are getting some really rough weather right now, um, and and snow. I'm like not happy about it. I'm not happy. My son is in Huntsville. He sent pictures this morning of snow. Birmingham got 2 inches. No, 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 no. Newmarket. Newmarket got 2 inches. Birmingham got snow though today as well. I forget how much they got, but yeah, Newmarket got 2 inches. And I know Huntsville got snow today. And my son was like, "Oh, mama." Um, yeah, yeah. Uh, He does not like cold weather. He's like, I'm moving someplace where it doesn't snow. He's sick of Huntsville. He's like, I'm sick of Huntsville. I'm moving someplace where they don't have snow because they get snow every year up there. Um, and I was like, son, I told you. You didn't listen to me. I told you. Don't go up there. You're going to be sorry. But he's going to graduate. So he'll be able to move someplace warmer that doesn't have snow. That's not so cold. It's actually not bad up there. It was really a light dusting for real. And it's supposed to be warm in a day or two. I think by the end of the week we're supposed to be back up in the yeah, it's supposed to be 80 on Friday. And I'm mad about it. I am mad about. I'm not mad that it's going to be 80. Really, I'm not. I'm mad that I won't be here and where I will be. It won't be 80. It'll be in the 50s, and I'm not mad about. I am mad about that because I was like, whose bright idea was it to go north in March? That's crazy. We should be going to the beach. Why aren't we going to the beach? We should be going someplace where it's going to be 90 degrees. But it was like 90. It was in that mid 80s last week. Yeah, like the AC was on. That part. That's what I'm talking about. It's like the AC was on. What's wrong with y'all? Why are we what's going on? But it's normal. It really is normal. We always have I call it the peach winter. We always have a peach winter. Even Florida and some of the tropics has snow this year. That is very weird. Weird, yes. But yeah, we pretty much always have a cold snap in March. It's just a day or two here, um, and it depends on it just depends on when it comes. Um, our last frost date is generally March 15th. is, typically is March 15th is our last frost date. So it's on time, um, and we'll get it'll hit. It might. I don't even know. I don't even know what I want to say. What do I want to say? It's supposed to get down to 30 tonight, or 31, or 30. I don't know if we get there or not. I don't know. But it's 36. It's saying it's 36 right now. So yeah, yeah, that part. But like I said, it's supposed to be 80 by Friday. So that part. And if I can get these plants in the pots and put them out on the patio, tomorrow, I don't even know. I don't know. We'll see. How do you know? Because now I'm thinking about it. I'm like, well, yeah, I can't leave them in the garage because it's going to be too hot. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Whatever. But even Florida and some part of tropics had snow this year. Weird. Yeah. This year has been something else. It's just been something else. And the snow. Oh my goodness, the snow. It's okay. It's okay. Calm down. Breathe, y'all. Just breathe. It'll be all right. It'll be all right. We need we need this cold weather because you know what? The ants and the mosquitoes are already trying to show themselves this year. Already. I had to treat ants just, was it yesterday, day before yesterday? In my front, around the front of my house, because they were like in my flower bed and in the walkway and everything. And I'm like, geez, um, these ants are acting crazy, trying to take over, and the mosquitoes. Um, I need to get the mosquito bits in my water because I have a water collection rain barrel, and I need to get the mosquito bits in there before they try to start growing and laying eggs and growing and stuff because they're out. They're out. It was warm enough that they were out. So yeah. But yeah. So I was gonna ask you guys, are you planting anything, or do you have plans do you have plans to plant anything this year that you haven't grown before? And what is one thing that you plan to grow this year that has become a staple in your garden? It's like I have plenty of ants in my raised beds and pots. Yeah. The ant yeah. The ants have been doing what they do, and they were pretty active this week. And so I had to go on and get out there and treat. And I've got a couple of big mounds of fire ants I've got to treat in the yard, because they're too close to the house. And what'll happen is they will come up under the foundation and get in the house, and I don't want that. So I need to get that done. But yeah, one of the things that I want to plant this year is the North Georgia Candy Roaster squash. I'm not a big squash fan, but I like that one. And the other thing that I really want to grow this year is the sweet potatoes, the white, the purple, the ones that are purple skin but white flesh. But I don't have any slips. Ants have lost their minds. The ants here have lost their minds. They took over my carrot bed and built a mound on the shed floor. Yeah, that part. I had a mound under the front door. They got cooked. Yeah. Yeah. They get crazy. They do get crazy. I try to keep try to keep them away from the house as much as I can. But they just move. You treat them and they just move. They don't die. They just they just move. So yeah, that part. But yeah. So yeah, those are two things that I want to grow. The North Georgia Candy Roaster squash, which is a favorite of mine. And um oh, the sweet potatoes. Um but I don't have any slips. I need to actually I have a couple. Maybe I'll put one in water. I usually like now, right now, this time of year, I'll usually just take one and put it outside in the ground and cover it halfway and cover it halfway. And usually I'll get slips off of that. And as I get slips, I'll put the slips in right around wherever I put it. So I'm hoping that that'll work this year. Um, but what I was hoping is that some of the ones that I harvested last year would have grown some slips over the winter since they're in the house or whatever, but they didn't, and so I just been eating them. But yeah, I need to do that. I have to look again for my candy roaster, um, for my Georgia candy roaster. Yeah, I really like that candy roaster. It didn't do anything for me last year, but year before last, it produced really nicely and it's just good. It's good. It makes a good pumpkin bread. It probably makes a good pie, like a sweet potato pie, um, as well. Didn't try to make it into a pie, but it's also good just I like it just chopped up and roasted in the oven. Um, just oven roasted, yeah. Really good. And it's also good raw. I wouldn't eat a lot of it raw because it has a um like a sap almost in it. So that might not be good for you, but it is good raw in a salad. But yeah, Roselle and hibiscus is giving me trouble germinating. You got to put heat on it, GT Junior. You got it. You have to put heat on it. It likes it warm. Roselle does not tolerate cool. It will not germinate if it's cool. Now, other than that, that's all I can tell you. I'm, I germinated mine in just regular garden soil, regular potting mix. Not a soil, not a seed starter, but just regular potting soil. And I did it in cups. And I usually germinate mine in the garage the because it heats up during the day, and so it gets up nice and warm. And I have a freezer out there, and I set it on top of the freezer out there, so it's up, and it's where the heat comes up. So it's nice and warm, like 80 degrees. It has to be warm. If you don't have a heat mat for it, you got to put it someplace on top of a refrigerator or something where it's nice. I'm going to grow honey, delicata squash, and kusha if the vine borers let me be great. Yeah. Yeah, that's the problem that I had with um Candy Roaster is it wasn't a vine borer, it was the I don't think it was a vine borer, I think it was a squash. I don't know. Well, I don't remember what it was. Something put a hole in the squash itself. And I ended up picking them early before they got completely ripe. They still were good though. Starting perennial flowers, some new herbs, and ordered some sorghum seeds. Okay. I need to go, and a friend of mine that lives in this neighborhood has some what am I looking? What am I candy? Sugar cane. It's like, what's the name of that stuff? Sugar cane. And I wanted to get some cuttings, some sugar cane cuttings, because I would like to grow some sugar cane. Yeah. I found out if you scarify the roselle seeds a little bit with a nail file, it will help with germination. Did you hear that, GT Junior? If you scarify the seeds a little bit with a nail file, it will help with germination. There was another seed that was said to do that with. I don't know. I've got some roselle seeds. My roselle I got started late last year, and I didn't get a harvest off of them because it got cold before they gave me a harvest. I was not happy with that, so I definitely need to plant some roselle this year. Get a harvest off of that. Although it's so funny about roselle, I drink hibiscus tea all the time. Um, but it's like, I mean, I just buy hibiscus tea and I drink it all the time. But it's like with the roselle, it was like I still have roselle from some dehydrated roselle in there from, I don't know, because when you grow it, it doesn't take. Usually, I only try to grow two plants, two, because I usually get 3 or 4 harvests off of each plant, and 3 or 4 harvests is a giant bowl. Each harvest is like a giant bowl full, like I don't know, 4 or 5 quarts. It's a lot. It's a lot, and it's like, it doesn't take much to get a whole lot of roselle, but you got to time it just right, because if you don't time it right, it cannot take the cold. It does not take the cold well. And I guess if I grew it in a container, I could pull it into the garage, but I don't grow it in a container. I grow it in ground. Ooh. So yeah, there's that. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I'm. Cucumbers. Cucumbers are my ride or die. I love cucumbers. I cannot grow enough cucumbers for myself. I love cucumbers. That's why I've got cucumbers growing in my hydroponic right now, because I can't grow enough. It's like I need to be able to grow cucumbers year round. Um, and I was dropping seeds. I was dropping cucumber seeds like from March until September, maybe. Both my roselle and okra started fine, but both super slow last season. Yeah. I haven't grown okra. I don't love it. I will eat it, but I don't love it. And so I don't grow it. Um, because okra is pretty prolific. If it does well, you'll have a lot. And like I said, I don't love it, but it does keep well. You can freeze it. Um, so, but yeah, I don't love it. One thing that I don't grow, and I wish I could grow, is cabbage. And it's funny, we grew cabbage when I had my garden years ago when my sons were little. We grew cabbage every year. And I've got pictures of my son out there picking off cabbage leaves and eating them in the garden. And I'm like, why can't I grow cabbage like I used to grow cabbage? But I don't know. Maybe I need to put some cabbage back over there in that area of the yard where I used to grow it. It's like I want to get enough cucumbers to pickle and usually end up eating them all. Yeah. I think the last time I had made pickles from cucumbers that I grew was the year I grew the lemon cucumber, the round ones. the round ones that are yellow. Um, because they were so okay, that wasn't a heart. But thank you. I appreciate it. Uh, um, yeah. That year I pickled the yellow ones. I think that was the last time I made pickles. But they were, oh my goodness. I grew them that one year and I said I'm never growing them again. Because it was just so many of them and I don't love them. It's so funny. I love pickling cucumbers, the little ones, um, the little ones, the pickling cubes. I love those. Um, I will eat them all, but those are the ones I love, the flavor of them. The yellow ones, I can eat them and they taste almost just like the regular ones, but not quite. It's like almost, and it's just enough off that I don't love them. I like them, but I don't love them. And I had so many of them. And the same with the Armenian cucumbers. The Armenian cucumbers, Bella loved them. I didn't love them. They were okay, and I had a lot of them, but yeah. My cabbage haven't done well the last couple of years, although I've always had great cabbage harvest before. See, yeah, yeah. And like last year, my greens, I didn't have any greens over the winter. I'm like, what? Wait, what? This is the first time. This is the first time I don't have kale. I had there's one kale plant. I had a dwarf blue curl kale that I got the seeds from Dollar Tree that I had for years. I mean, literally years. I had it. I started it in a pot. It was in a pot for a year, and then it's like during the winter, it's like, why don't I take it out of the pot and put it in this bigger container? And so I had a barrel container. I moved it over to the barrel container, and it was in there for like 3 years. And then last year, it died. It just died, and I was like, what? What the what? Why did it die? I was like, I've had this thing forever. And then like my red Russian kale, I had red Russian kale for like 3 years. It was here and it fell down and then it moved over and then it was over there and then it fell back the other way and it moved over and it was over there. But I didn't plant any new ones. It just kept falling over and whatever fell on the ground dropped a root and it came would come back up. And I had kale and it's like this is like the first year I don't have any collards. I don't have any kale outside anywhere. And it's like it's the first winter that I've not had don't have collards or kale. It's just crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Um, but that's okay. That is okay. Um, Last year was a bad year for the bugs in my collards and kale. And so the plants were stressed um, all year. So there was that. But I'm gonna keep trying. I'm gonna keep trying as long as I have room. As long as I have room to drop seeds, I'm gonna keep dropping seeds. And actually, I'm not. I'm just gonna throw some seeds out there because I've got a bunch of cabbage and collard seeds. I'm just gonna throw them out there where they come up. If they come up in the yard, then I'll transplant them. If they come up in the beds, then that's great. If they're too thick, then I'll thin them out. I'm not too worried about it. I have plenty of collards and turnips. The collards are bolting now. Yeah, and usually that's what happens with me. I usually have collards this time of year, and they go to seed, and I will just top them. Kayla's supposed to be biennial, so must have finally gotten the memo. But I think I've had one that's in its third season. Yeah, maybe that's what it was. Maybe it realized it was like, I probably shouldn't shouldn't still be here doing this. But yeah. But that's the thing. I wouldn't pull up my collards. My collards and my kale, I wouldn't pull them up. I would just cut the top side of them. Um, you know, and if the stem, when the stem would get woody, I would lay it down. I just lay it down. And what would happen is something from the stem would put down new roots, and I'd get new plants from it. And so it was just perpetuating itself. Um, but yeah. So much for that. And the thing about collards and kale, I don't love them. Don't love them. I will eat them, but I don't love them. So it's like I'm not like I'm not missing them. If I want collards, and that's the other thing too. In Alabama, if you want collards, you can get collards. There are so many collards available all of the time, and good collards. You can get good collards here. Um, so it's not like I can't get them if I wanted some, but I don't want them. I don't. I want collards about twice a year. What I really like for collards is that I like having collards and kale outside for when I make soups and stews. And I was like, oh, I could put some collards in that, and I'll go and get a few leaves and chop them up and throw it in there. I like to be able to do that, and I will eat them all the time like that. But as far as to cook just a pot of collards or a pot of kale, not so much. No, what I do like is my mustard greens, my the giant red mustard. That's my favorite green. And I don't have any of that out there either, which is kind of sad. um, I'm going to try callaloo this year. It will be my first time tasting them. Okay, cool. I don't think I've ever had callaloo. If I had it, I didn't know what I was having. There was a lot of greens that we had growing up that my mom just called salad greens. She We had collards and salad greens, and they were leafy greens that you cook like you cook collards, but they weren't collards. And I don't know what they were. I don't know if they were turnips or mustard or what. Um, I don't like green mustards or the golden mustard. I only like the red ones, the giant red mustards. Those are the only ones I like. Um, and I'm not crazy about turnip greens. I'll eat them, but I'm not crazy about them. Um, my husband though, he loves turnip greens, so I always grow some, and I have the variety that you grow for the green and not for the turnip because I don't like turnips either. But yeah, I'm gonna try callaloo. Yeah, I don't know if I have seed for callaloo. Um, there's a lots of things that I want to try once or twice, like and think there's some things that I have tried and I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna grow that again. I was like, yeah, not growing that again. But yeah, like there's something that I grow every year, but I don't plant it. Is what is it called? Cowpeas, um, pink eye purple hull, and lady cream peas. I grow them every year, but I don't plant them. I planted them once, and they when they drop seeds on the ground, they come back up the next year. And so, like when you do harvest them, if you what am I saying? The seeds get everywhere, and so they pop up. They pop up in my grass, and I just dig some up and put them in the beds. And so I have lady crumb peas, I have, and pink eye purple whole peas, I have, and I don't love those either. But those are this is funny. All the things that I grow that I don't love, but they are what I call survival foods because they easily come back year after year. Because if you don't harvest them, they're gonna pop open, and wherever they fall, they're gonna come back. Um, at least they do in my garden. They come back. But and I might plant some. I might drop some seeds this year because the other thing they do is they're beans, they're peas, and so they're nitrogen fixers. So they make the soil better for everything else you grow. So there's that. If it was like my house growing up, salad greens was a combination of whatever greens was available. Yeah, that's how it was, Cassandra Southfull. It was whatever greens was available that were not collards. Because collard greens were collard greens. If people wanted collard greens, they wanted collards. But all the other greens were just called salad greens, and they were always a mixture. Yeah, they were always a mixture. So that part. But yeah, that's a the cowpeas are pretty much a staple um in my garden now, just because they come back every year, and I can't see them pop up in my grass without transplanting them back into the garden bed. I mean, I could just pull them out or just mow over them and call it a day. But for some reason, when I see them, it's like, oh, they got to go back in the bed. I enjoy Love Lies Bleeding Amaranth, and they did drop seeds in tons, came back. Oh, okay. I have some amaranth. I've never grown it. Yeah. I have several varieties of amaranth seeds that I've just never grown. Maybe I don't know. I have another green stalk over there. So I got another green stalk over there. Maybe I'll put one out and put some flowers in it. Um, Although amaranth is a food too. I think you can harvest them like and I'm trying to think. My brain is like going, yeah. I think you can harvest is it the seeds of it and you can pop them like popcorn or something? I don't know. Isn't it like a grain? I don't know. I act like I know what I'm talking about, but I don't know. But I think it is. I think it's a edible, somewhat edible, but it's also very beautiful. So yeah. But yeah, I'm excited for the growing season. Definitely excited for more herbs. I'm gonna try some. I'm gonna try to get some rosemary growing, but I'm gonna probably go and buy a plant. I can't, for some reason or another, rosemary just doesn't love me. And so or I don't love rosemary, but I can't seem to keep it growing. But I'm gonna get some more. I'm gonna keep trying. And I've had it everywhere. I've grown it in containers. I've grown it in ground. I've grown it in the garden. I've grown it in flower beds. Um, it just doesn't last. But hey, I'm gonna keep trying. And lemon balm. I had a good harvest of lemon balm last year, and I have a tincture of it, but I don't have any growing right now, so I'm gonna plant some more. That part, yeah. And she was saying, right, other than collard, yeah, any greens that weren't collard greens were just called salad greens, and there was always a mix. Yeah. So, but I'm not sure what all kinds of, like I said, I don't know what all kinds are out there. I have Hopi red dye amaranth that comes up all over my yard every year. It's often used to dye yarn. Okay, nice. I don't know what all kind of amaranth I have, honestly. Mm. Uh-oh. So, uh-oh, I'm getting sleepy, y'all. I'm gonna have to wrap this up. Um, and I know GT's gonna pop in here and say, no, no, don't, but I really am getting sleepy. And I do actually have to get up early in the morning because I have a doctor's appointment at 9. So it probably is like I'm not sure about popping seeds, but it is used like a grain. Also, the green is considered callaloo. Okay. I did not know the green was a callaloo. Did not know that. I I I, I thought somebody said you could use it like popcorn, but I'm not sure. Oh, it says it can be cooked as a porridge or popped like popcorn, ground into flour, or added to soup, salads, or baked goods. Rich in protein, fiber, iron, and other minerals. It's versatile, a healthy addition to many diets. The flavor is nutty, slightly peppery and earthy. Okay. All right. What is callaloo? It's pretty. It's a fast growing, highly nutritious leafy green, popular in Caribbean culture. Yeah. Popular in Caribbean cuisine, often called Caribbean spinach. Ready to harvest in 30 to 40 days. That's quick. Thrives in hot weather. Who is it grows it? Stacy grows it. Gardener. In fact, her video pops up. It says, watch this video to see how to properly harvest your callaloo plants. And it's growing with gardening with Stacy on YouTube. Planted the videos from last September. I think that's funny. I think that's really funny that her video, uh, y'all, that's our girl Stacy. I think that is so funny that her video pops up when you type in callaloo in Google. Well, it does when I should say that. When I type in callaloo in Google, gardening with Stacy's video pops up. That's pretty good. Hmm, that is so fun. So I will also let's see. You probably need to be rested up for your appointment, especially after my gummy bear rebellion. I don't really care. My it's so funny. I my A1C is good and it comes out good every time, but my morning blood sugars usually are high unless I eat something. If I eat something at night, if I eat something like between 11 and 12 at night, then my morning blood sugars are fine. But if I don't eat anything like after 9, they're usually high because my body usually dumps sugar because it drops low during the night and then my body dumps sugar and so it's really weird. But it's funny to me because it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But yeah, I ate decent today all day. And so yeah, I'm not too worried about it. It'll be what it'll be. I also tried the yellow amaranth this year. Yeah, I need to look and see what amaranth that I have. Um, and maybe grow some. If it depends on what I have. But I'm not gonna plant it right now. Oh, GT Junior, no, 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 no. Yeah. um, I don't know what the greens would taste like. I'm just not a big green fan. I guess that's what it is. I mean, I eat spinach. I do like spinach, but spinach has like almost no flavor to me. It's very very mild flavored, so it goes good with a lot of different things. So that part. But yeah, yeah, I'm gonna hang in here for a few more minutes, GT Junior. Probably about maybe 30 minutes. Um, while you're doing stuff. Are you home? Are you dropping seeds right now? The yellow amaranth. I need to look and see which ones I have. I don't even know. Heck, I don't even know. I have my seeds organized. I'm trying to figure out, trying to remember where I put the amaranth. If I put it separate or if I put it with herbs. I might have put it with the herbs. So which means I probably don't have the green one. I probably have some of the other ones. But yeah, I'll have to look and see what I have. But yeah, what was it I was looking for? I said I was looking for some seeds earlier. I didn't write it down, so I forgot. It'll come back to me. It'll come back to me. We were talking about it earlier. I have not had good spinach. Oh, I'm at home. GT Junior says, I have not had a good spinach harvest yet. Yeah, I don't even try to grow spinach. And the reason I don't try to grow spinach is a lot of the greens and stuff, I don't eat them anyway because a lot of them have, um, what is it called? That spinach is high in. Ugh, my brain is not working today, so sorry, y'all. Um, um, Dang it. Oxalates. Oxalates. And I had kidney stones a few years ago that are, um, if you've had kidney stones and they are calcium oxalate related, then spinach is not really that great for you. Um, and a lot of greens have high oxalates, and so I don't. That's one of the reasons I don't eat a lot of greens, because of the oxalates in them. And so you just have to be careful. I'm not saying don't eat them at all. I'm saying that be be careful. That's what I'm saying. It may not be a problem for you at all, but for me, I was eating too much. I was doing green smoothies several times a week, and when I say a green smoothie, I'm saying 2 to 3 cups of spinach in a smoothie, and it just was too much, and my body was like, "We can't handle this much," and so I don't even try to grow spinach because I do like it, and I know that I will. Yeah, I haven't had good luck with Swiss chard. It's so funny. I've tried to grow it year after year. I put some in the green stock last year and it came up. I thought it was gonna do something and boom, it was gone. But I think it just gets too hot here. I think it just gets too hot here for it too fast. So yeah, can't spell. But yeah. So yeah, that's the me and the spinach thing. Um, I haven't had luck with spinach. I've got tons of spinach seeds. I've planted spinach seeds year after year after year. But there's certain foods, certain things that just it gets hot here so fast. Like it's gonna be 90 degrees next month. It's gonna be 85 degrees at the end of this week, next week. So it's gonna be 90 degrees. And once it gets, once June rolls around, it's gonna be 95 plus. And so, like any of those cool weather things, if you don't have your spinach out there growing right now, it's not gonna do much. It's like it's kind of too late for me. For me. So like those things that like cool weather, like even celery. If you don't have your celery out there now, I grow celery in my inside in hydroponics. It just gets too hot too fast here in order for me to have, good celery. Same thing with like cilantro, culantro. Even my culantro didn't do good. And I'm like, come on. There's just certain things they're just gonna bolt really quickly, and it's like I just know I can't. Excuse me. I think if I did winter sowing with the greenhouse effect, and I did it in January, that I probably could grow spinach and cilantro and celery and Swiss chard that way, because we get 80s. We're in the 80s in March, and that's almost too warm for some of those things. But I mean, maybe not. Maybe it's just where I am, but I just haven't had luck with those things. I have a little bit of shade in my beds, but brassicas still go right to seed. Yeah, I try to plant my brassicas. Honestly, I try to plant my brassicas in the fall, at the end of the summer, on under a tree. I try to plant them at the end of the summer under a tree in pretty much heavy shade, and then once they get established, then I can grow. Then they'll grow during the winter time. But during the summertime, if I can get them to grow during the summertime, the bugs eat them up. So yeah, that's how I grow my spinach and cilantro winter sowing. Yeah, yeah, that part. But yeah, brassicas going to seed is what brings the bees to my garden every year. And usually this time of year, they're full. If I have any out there, they're full of flowers. I don't know what's going on with me. I don't know. It's like all of a sudden, all of a sudden, I'm coughing, and I don't. There's nothing cooked. There's nothing. No, there's nothing cooking. There's nothing burning. Nothing. What's going on? But yeah, cilantro, spinach, winter sowing. Yeah, yeah. And see, I think that would be the way that I would have more success doing that, is if I did it the winter sowing. What did I do? I didn't do winter sowing this year, but last year I did winter sowing, and I did chamomile. Did really well. Trying to think what else. I can't remember what else did really well. Chamomile, I can remember, did really well. I had quite a bit of chamomile year before last. Last year, my chamomile didn't do that well at all, but I didn't do it in winter sowing. So, but there was something else I did winter sowing. I had, I don't know, I did a video. I made a video. I'll have to go back and look at it and see which ones I did well. And winter sowing is kind of tricky down here, here in Alabama, central Alabama, in the South, because in the wintertime we get warm. It gets warm, and so you will have um, things will start growing um, because it'll be really warm, and then we'll get some cold days. Um, so yeah, it gets kind of tricky. You would think that it wouldn't work, but it does work for certain things. So yeah. Tom says I don't drop seeds like I should for winter. Yeah, I don't either. I really should do better about dropping seeds during the wintertime, because there's so many things that you can do. Like right now, I should have I should have planted sweet peas. I should have planted sweet peas. I should have planted them in January, but I didn't. And now it's gonna be too hot. It's gonna be too hot by the end of the week to grow sweet peas. But yeah, I should have planted them at least really mid-February is probably the best time to drop um, sweet peas. I had a really good harvest of sweet peas last year because I got them out there early. But yeah, I haven't done that this year. Um, and carrots are something that I usually plant in the fall. Carrots will take the cold just fine. Um, the cold that we have here. Um, now you can plant them in the spring. You can plant them, yeah, in the spring, and they'll do okay. Um, but they don't really care for the heat like that. But they in the cold, they thrive in the cold and they get so sweet. I haven't had a good um I haven't had a good carrot crop in a few years, but I need to plant some because I love carrots. I do love carrots, and I can grow carrots. I absolutely can grow carrots. Um, but yeah, sweet peas are just now sprouting, but at least they're in the shade. And that's the other thing too. I am not really good about shade gardening in the shade. I need to figure out a couple of good shady spots in my yard to grow some things in because I'm not good about that shade gardening thing. But yeah, there are several things that would do better for some shade. Um, I usually grow most of the stuff that I grow are full sun. Most of the things are full sun. Yeah. Um, but yeah, sweet peas are just now sprouting. I love sweet peas. I grew the we grow everything starting in June here. Yeah. I grew the purple ones. What are they called? I forget what they're called. They're beautiful. It's a beautiful plant. The peas are purple, but they turn green when you cook them. Um, but they have beautiful purple pods, and I grew those last year. Actually, I grew 3 or 4 different varieties last year, and I grow them. I grow them. Um, I just throw a bunch of seeds out when I grow them. So I plant them really close. I don't try to separate them at all. I'll plant a bunch of seeds, and they just grow up in a big old cluster. And I'll put um, like a tomato cage around them and let them climb. Actually, a double tomato cage and let them climb up and around that. And yeah, I did. I had really good yeah, I had good looks with carrots. Yeah, carrots. Potatoes get started next month. Unfortunately, my yard doesn't have any shade. I get full sun all day. Yeah. My yard is mostly full sun, and I'm thinking about putting up a shade cover over a portion of it. I've got a corner. I have a corner where I can put up a shade cloth where where the fence comes in, and I could have like a corner. But yeah, I'm thinking about doing that over there. But yeah, I've got full sun most of my yard. I do have well, y'all have seen it in my videos. I've got a cypress tree that's huge and it has, comes out pretty far. And so that provides some shade. And so, like a couple years ago, I put my tomatoes up under there in the heat of the summer. It didn't really help, but yeah, it didn't help, but I did do that. um, so, yeah. But I just need to figure out how to create some shade or um, in the garden or because I have trees and so I can plant some things under the trees. I can put a garden bed under the trees for a shade garden, or I can put containers under the trees for a shade garden. It's just that I I just have to figure it out. What am I saying? I just have to figure it out. Yeah, that part. Yeah. But there's certain things like even like growing tomatoes. People say, tomatoes are full sun, blah 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 blah. When it gets 100, when it gets over 95 degrees, and you know, and dry, those tomatoes just are not going to do anything. If you can keep them alive until it cools off, then you might, can get a good You might get some good production, but yeah, I have no mature trees. Oh, okay. My hair doesn't have any. Yeah, no mature trees. Yeah, I do. That's one thing that we did when we first moved here. We planted a maple tree in the backyard and the cypress tree. And the cypress tree was so weird. It was, we didn't go looking for that cypress tree. What had happened was we happened to be in the Orange Box store, and I was about to check out, and I was standing in line, and I was like, "Is that a cypress?" My husband's like, "Yeah, that's a cypress," and it was about 5 foot tall in a container, and it was like on clearance, and I was like, "Yeah, get that." And so we picked it up, went up there. How much is it? It was on clearance. It was like they were getting ready to toss it. It was, and there was nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with it. I guess nobody just didn't want it, and so that's how we ended up with that tree. And now it's huge. Um, it is huge, and I need to go out there and trim some of the lower limbs on it. I try to keep the lower limbs trimmed down um, to about 5 feet, so that, or a little bit over my head, five, maybe 5, 6 feet, so that when it fully leaves out, I can walk under it without having to duck. Because and so that when the guys mow, they can mow under it without, can get up under it and mow. So I try to keep it cut, but that's nice because then it also gives some shade under there. And it's not a full shade. It's like a filtered shade. So there's that. But yeah, who was it? I think it was Miss Cheryl who was doing some what am I trying to say? Mm, Yeah, I think it was Miss Cheryl who had some shade covers, some good I don't know what I'm trying to say. On one of her videos, she was showing how to how to um, place some shade covers in there, using shade cloth, and I was like, yeah, I really need to figure out how to do that, um, and you know, so I can create some shade in my garden. Hey, sugar, how you doing? It's good to see you. I am sorry I missed a meeting yesterday. I meant to send you a message, but I didn't get to it. I just didn't get to it. But yeah, it's good to see you. Dropped in to see my face. Well, thank you. It's just my face. It's just my face. It's so funny. There was a lady that I worked with, and we were doing something. We were in a training session or something. We were doing something. I'm like, why are you looking at me like that? She's like, it's just my face. It's, I was like, you're right. It is just your face. And she was giving me some kind of a look. Yeah, yeah. I'm fading fast, y'all. But yeah, but I got to figure out the whole shade thing too, because there are a few things that I grow that the summertime It's just the summertime here in Alabama is just too intense for them, and yeah, I need to figure that out. Hmm. And I think that being able to provide some shade will help um, with that. But it is. Buy you sugar. Did you ever grow any sugar cane? I need to get some cuttings. Like I said, there's a friend of mine, actually, it's a former coworker of mine who lives in this neighborhood who I think has some sugar cane. Um, but yeah, I need to call. Maybe I'll call. So yeah, and see if I can get some. Because I want to grow some, just because I can. I want to grow some. But there's plenty of people, I guess, in the community who have sugar cane. I probably could get some cuttings from somebody if I tried. If I just asked the right person, I probably could get some. I never have, but I stole. Okie dokie. Plenty through the years. That's something that we did not grow up. I didn't really grow up with sugarcane. Sugarcane was a treat. My dad would bring home some every now and again. My mom would get some from somebody every now and again, but we never grew it, and I don't know anybody who grew it when I was growing up. Oh, my YouTube is acting up, probably stuck. Oh, be right back. Okay. But yeah, I didn't really grow up with sugarcane like that. Um, and it's available. I guess it is available around. Well, I know it's available around here because there's a um there's a community here called, I don't know what it's called. Is it I don't know what it's called. They have a festival every year here in this little community that's, I don't know, maybe 30 minutes away. It's in Lochapoka, Alabama. Lochapoka. And it is in October. And it's called the Annual Syrup Sopping Festival. Syrup Sopping Day. And it's put on by the Historical Society. And it's interesting because, so like I said, that's why I know that there's cane available here, because it's when you go there they have the they'll be grinding the cane make to make the syrup, and they'll be cooking the syrup down I mean, cooking the juice down to make the syrup, and they sell the syrup there, and they have biscuits and syrup. So you can always get biscuits and syrup at the La Chapoca syrup shopping day. Um, that's how I know there's cane available. Somebody growing cane because they have it at La Chapoca. And I usually go. The kids and I have gone for several years. It's like there are plenty of sugarcane fields in my hometown, and whenever we take trips, we pull over and grab stalks. Okay. But yeah, another ad just got you. Yeah. It's not supposed to be that many ads. I know that they put them when they want to, so, but it really is not supposed to be that many. They may have heard me say, I need to get off of here. I think they have they be listening to you. But yeah, like yeah, they be listening to you and doing stuff to you. It's really weird how things yeah work. And then it got you too. That's funny. It's not funny. It's annoying. It would be nice if they would actually pay me. If they can put ads in, you would think they should pay me, right? But I guess I have to work a little harder to get paid, which is pretty crazy. I think my NFT system working, the airline is see through, so I think yeah, it got clogged. But who what? The NFT. Okay. I don't know what that is. What is that, GT Junior? Explain that in English. Something wasn't working, but now it is working. That's what I got from all of that. Well, good for you. I'm glad it's working. That's all I got from that. See, that part. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna have to call it, guys. So I'm struggling. I'm struggling. But thank you guys for coming and for hanging out with me tonight. The nutrient fill technique. Water running continues to run over the roots. Okay. I have a gang of old PVC pipe behind the shed. I might just build an NFT. Look at y'all doing stuff. I have a bunch of PVC pipes. I could build something. Well, they're kind of small. Maybe I couldn't. But yeah, I could probably. So probably. But look at y'all doing stuff. Now I know. Now I learned a new, um, a new term. NFT, nutrient fill technique. Okay. Uh, I just put in a new socket for the lights, trying to decide how big I'm going. Oh, look at y'all. Going big, going big, going big. I bought a shelf for my grow room. It's not a grow room. It's my my DIY room. because all the DIYs I do in that room. But I bought a shelf for that room because I wanted to put some more hydroponics in there. But I have so much stuff in the room that I really can't access the shelf, and so I'm gonna have to figure out something else. And so I'm not happy with it. It's in PVC piping, yeah. I just put it in. Okay, so I have to figure out something else. My YouTube is acting up too. I have to keep changing my comment settings to see the comments. Oh, yeah, yeah. I get it. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna call it a night. I want to thank y'all for coming in, for hanging out with me tonight. Um, and I really appreciate y'all. And to say that I'm gonna try to do better about coming on more often. And so we can hang out some more and keep talking about all the things. I really appreciate y'all. And y'all have a good evening and you have a good rest of the week. And yeah. Good night, everybody.